a secret laboratory deep down in the bowels of the earth, this man carries out his fiendish research.
Is it safe?
Clear. But I'm gonna torture you anyway.
Hey, no, that didn't hurt, did it?
You can't let a man die so that you can discover something.
Doctor, he's gone.
Oh, my God, don't stop now!
Ah, welcome to my office. I'm so glad you could join me for this deep inspection. Sorry, I just got an email. Did you know you're supposed to renew your medical license every couple of years? Who knew? Today's specimen is you only live twice. This movie is written for the screen by Roald Dahl. Yeah, the Matilda guy. Who I'm sure has a great track record and would never write anything questionable. This movie sees everyone's favorite lovable misogynist James Bond, an expert spy in espionage, fighting, and ignoring that whole inner ear problem that doesn't allow him to hear the word no when it comes from the pitch of a woman's voice. Now typically Bond's adventures take him on a globe-trotting jaunt, but this film takes place almost entirely in Japan. I'm sure they're not going to go to the lowest common denominator by people and society standards.
Sumo wrestling. Women bathing their male superiors. Ninja. Yes, that's right. Ninja is the plural of ninja.
Well, at least I'm sure this movie isn't going to open questionably.
Why do Chinese girls taste different from all other girls?
God damn it. Amazing how they ended up being questionably racist to the Chinese when this movie spends its entire runtime in Japan. Yes, that's right. 007 spends this mission in Japan. Undercover via the brilliant medical professionals who happen to be colleagues of mine. Assuming I update that whole licensing thing, but... Anyways, how will Mr. Bond go undercover?
What's the plan for me?
First, you become a Japanese.
Oh boy. Now I see that I'll be doing a full colonic on this one. Oh wait, I get it. They're going to assimilate him into the culture, so it's going to be like making him metaphorically Japanese. Right? Oh my god, they're gonna operate. I mean, they're not even using the right procedure. I mean, first, you need to wash your hands, and then wipe. Trust me, even if you feel clean, you're gonna want to do it. I know it doesn't make much sense to a layman like you, but I'm a doctor. You gotta trust me. And then you put on the gloves. Store-bought is fine. And then an apron. You can bring the same apron you use for cooking from home. You know, just make sure you give it a wash first. It's only prudent.
You take a wife.
Is she pretty?
Good thinking, Bond. This is a fake marriage and an undercover mission with the world hanging in the balance. Better make sure she doesn't offend your boner. So it turns out that she actually is very pretty, so Bond immediately tries to consummate the fake marriage. Is this guy a sexual psychopath? Is that a thing?
What's the plan for me?
First, you become a Japanese.
Let's rejoin these technicians as they do everything they can to turn this man Japanese. Turn this man Japanese? I really think so. Quick question. Why did they think that this was a good idea? I'm not even talking from a point of view of being appropriate, but from the fact that there's no way to turn this Scottish brawny man into a Japanese man, especially with 1967 money. He's just going to end up looking like one of the lost Gallagher brothers from Oasis. Oh, sweet Jesus, God in heaven, Mary and Joseph, no. He looks like Peter Gallagher in Rehab. He looks like Adam Goldberg living like a hermit in the Catskills. He looks like George Clooney circa 1997 if a grenade had gone off in his face. He looks like if Randy Marsh made a wish on a Zoltar machine to be a real person. He looks like somebody stopped turning into a werewolf 60% through. Wait, so is he supposed to be Asian? I'm not sure what he looks like, but from the island of Japan ain't one of them. I have to remind myself constantly that this is 1967. We're only 4 years removed from the assassination of JFK and 1 year away from the assassination of MLK and RFK. We hadn't put a man on the moon yet. Having said all that, it's weird to think that there was ever a time that dressing up a Caucasian dude as an Asian dude was ever a good idea. Oddly, this transformation doesn't even amount to jack shit in this movie. especially since there are multiple attempts on Bond's life after his transformation. Wonder if they ever tried something like this before, like, gee, I can't understand why they're not accepting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as a leprechaun. Look, it probably amounted to a lot more in the book than it does the film, but I can't help but think that it still would have come off as an unnecessary and offensive afterthought in the novel as well. I mean, I don't really know for sure, I didn't read it. Look, yeah, I probably should have done my research, but I also don't care. I don't know anyone in today's day and age who would watch this transformation scene and the end result and not cringe a little. Well, except maybe extremely aging boomers and your drunken Uncle Bud. So it's not damaging in a way where anybody could perceive this as anything other than a sad example of appropriation from 50-odd years ago. Of course, that's easy for me to say, a white heterosexual male, but this is my show, so suck it. Speaking of, before my 415 kidney surgery, I should probably look into getting my license back. Does anyone have an answer key? The hell's a hemoglobin?